Tuf Reish Tzadik Vav, the Shulchan Aruch says, Purim mutter ba'asiyas melacha. You're allowed to do melacha on Purim. Ub'makam shenagu shaloi la'asos ein ois, unless there's a particular minhag in the place that you're in, not to do melacha, not to work, then you're allowed to do work. Comes the Ramah, and he says, Va'idna, but now, nagu b'chol makam shaloi la'asos melacha. According to the Ramah, he says the minhag is everywhere not to work. It doesn't mean all the time. I mean, on Purim, right? You're not supposed to work. So that's the Ramah says. Minhag b'chol makam shelo la'asos, and that's apparently our minhag. So what that means is, very simply, is really two things. It's similar to Chol HaMoed, the kind of Isser Melacha, and it's also similar to Erev Pesach. That's where the Poskim draw their halachos of Isser Melacha from Erev Pesach, the Isser Melacha, and from Chol HaMoed, which means that on Chol HaMoed, it's not usher to do Melacha like Shabbos per se. We get in the car on Chol HaMoed. We drive, we cook on Chol HaMoed. So it's not an Isser of Lamentes Melachos. What it is the things in life that usually cause a lot of tircha, those are things that you're not supposed to do. The work items you're not supposed to do. So on Chol HaMoed also to write, if writing is a Maisa Uman or construction or anything is a Maisa Uman, you don't do it the same thing here. So our minhag is that we don't do Melacha, which is a tircha, on Purim. What the poskim mefurish include, Shulchan Aruch even, is kibbutz, doing laundry. Laundry on Purim is usher to do. Unless it's an emergency, you're not allowed to do. Is this talking about the day or is it talking about the night? So the Bir Halacha brings the machlokes to Pri Megadim in the Chassam Sofer, and he's not machriya. So it remains a machlokes. Mishnah Berurah doesn't paskin on this. It may include night also, but night is clearly, if you need to do something, you're allowed to do it at night, better than doing it during the day. Agav, it's often said that the chiyuv of simcha and suda is by day and not by night before. It's not exactly true. The chiyuv of a suda is on during the day, but there's a mitzvah laharbois b'simcha, mitzvah laharbois b'suda. That's at night also. Just want to mention one kudah for this year about this, and that is that it's Erev Shabbos, right? So Erev Shabbos, you're allowed to do Melacha l'tzarech Shabbos. So therefore, let's say normally we wouldn't do kibbutz, you wouldn't do laundry on Purim, but if you need it in the morning or at night because you need Shabbos, you need a shirt for Shabbos or something, so then you're allowed to do kibbutz. What the post can bring is you're not supposed to take a haircut on Purim. That's the kind of Melacha which you can't do on Chol HaMoed and you can't do on Purim. But that you're allowed to do l'kavod Shabbos. So now we have it a little bit more complex, and that is that you can't do Melacha, which is a tircha, particularly during the day, maybe at night, unless it's l'tzarech mitzvah. And l'tzarech mitzvah includes everything that's l'kavod Shabbos, that's truly l'kavod Shabbos, that you're allowed to do. But let's say you have a store and you want to keep it open, so the Mishnah Berurah says close your store on Purim. Store doesn't belong open on Purim, and if people need whatever you're selling, let's say you're selling food for Purim, they need it l'tzarech Purim, so you should stay open. So Mishnah Berurah says you should stay open for an hour or two, let people get their tzrachim, and then you should close. But like one's business shouldn't be up. Rabbi Yaacov says that one's not supposed to trade in the stock market on Purim. Which is a big nisayon because people feel like, okay, I'll have a big mazel because it's Purim, everything will go good. But that's called Melacha, and that's something you're not allowed to do, and that's hard to argue that it's l'kavod Shabbos Kodesh. So one should be busy with the simcha of Purim.